So question number one, how did I get into this mess? When we talk about salvation, a lot of times people ask this question, like, how does it concern me? And honestly, if you genuinely got saved, you should be able to have asked yourself, now Adam sin, wetin be my concern? How does this thing take affect me? You must have asked this question, how does this affect me? How am I paying for someone else's sin? And in case you do not know the sin, I want to remind you from scripture, Genesis chapter 3, and the preceding verse from that is that the Lord our God created the earth and he put man, in the Garden of Eden. God said to man, please, I don't know why I said please, but God said to man, do not eat from this tree, right? Eat from any other tree, but don't eat from this particular tree. God gave that command directly to Adam. Later down that verse in chapter 2 of Genesis, God saw that it was not good for man to be alone, and God created Adam. And he said to Adam, this is, and Adam woke up. He put Adam into sleep. Adam woke up and said, wow, why am I giving all these exclamations, man? Was I there? But just enjoy my storytelling. So Adam saw this woman, this is my rib. He knew this was from him, and woman was created. Genesis chapter 3, the serpent came into the conversation. We'll see that from scripture. I'm going to have a long read. Genesis chapter 3 to 18. We're going to 1 to 18. We're going to have that read, and you see that there. The serpent, which is the deceitful one, deceived Eve, and she saw that the fruit was good for food, and she ate it. Now, Adam sinned, and after that time, we have had to pay for his sins. We've had to bear the consequences of Adam's sin. And that is how we got into this mess. Literally, that's the answer to that. Adam sinned, and because he was the first man created, his sin, his curse trickled down to everyone. And some people claim that this is not a very just thing from a God who claims to love us. And I want to try and bring some explanation to this. One of the things I want to help understand is the concept of inheritance. And how you understand that is in very many ways. I gave a very beautiful example in our last episode about the Joint Admission Matriculation Board in Nigeria. And Nigerians can totally relate to this. It's harder to go to the US now or at the time of the recording of this podcast, it's harder to go to the US because of the ban on Nigerians and what some bad people have done, that hinders us from now going into, that country. You can see that inheritance is a thing. But now let me give another example just to help explain this thing again. If you think about a man, right, who has a lot of money. This was a very, very wealthy man. And this wealthy man, did all he could do in his youth to amass a lot of wealth. He got wealth and then he died at old age. This man had 4 children. He had 2 boys and 2 girls. And he had so much money in many, many places around the world. Please, can you tell me that if one of these children come and say, I'm broke, I don't have money, there are 2 things that happen. Either they don't know what is out there for them, what is in their name, or they have squandered it. I'm just saying that if you look at what inheritance is, it should give you a proper picture into understanding how that we took up the sin of Adam. And from my story, you saw that this man was one man. He built his whole life. The laws, the principles, the things that he interacted with brought him wealth. Or, let me use another example, brought him poverty. You can see that because of the lifestyle he chose, he was able to immerse a certain type of result. That the people who came after him, which are his children, do not have to go through that labor because of what they have received. Now, if you understand this properly, you can see it in very diverse ways. Let's assume a poor person who comes from a poor background. It's not easy. You cannot say, my father was poor, so me, I'm rich. It doesn't just happen like that overnight. You have to change the status quo, right? Someone's father can be rich and he can squander the money. I'm just saying that. What happened was Adam was the first man created, like a father figure. He was the first man created. And everything he did trickled down to us, and that's the concept of inheritance. That's how all of us have sinned. and falling short of the glory of God. And if we have all fallen short of the glory of God, this now leads me to my second question. Who are we being saved from?